Who's there? Hey, where's my sleeping bandit mask?
Whoa, he's got a gun! Fuck!
Wow, weird trip, man.
G'day. Back in 2020, when I was writing down games I wanted to go back and revisit for my little series, I added this weird janky mess. Whoa! What the fuck? I definitely had fun with it when I played it as a kid, but I see now it was probably due to the novelty that comes with playing as a dog and being able to shit at will. Ultimately, the game is annoying, tedious, and unpolished as hell. When I revisit these games, I try to go into a bit of detail when I talk about the aspects that makes up the game as a whole, the visuals, the sound design, the music, the story, but there isn't really much to get into with this one. Dog's Life is not a terribly deep game mechanics wise, it's glitchy at times, and most of the story is similar to cheap weekend cartoons for toddlers. Look at me go, bullying a game made for toddlers and very young kids. Seriously though, so many things make this something that I wouldn't even recommend to my own kids if I had any. A lot of the kids games that I played when I was very young still hold up today, but I'm not going to spend a whole video just shitting on this game entirely. Something I enjoyed about playing through this was that, in some areas, it does feel like a game made with care and passion for the work that was put into it. You're tasked with rescuing your girl Daisy, and that requires you to collect bones in order to essentially overpower the dog that works with the dog catcher. Unfortunately, this leads to having to complete mundane tasks, such as spending 3 full minutes taking one piece of coal at a time to this girl. There are also some competitive activities, such as a peeing competition or having to chase the other dogs. Usually if their own bone number is higher than what you have, you shouldn't be able to catch them, though it's easy enough to overcome.
3, 2, 1, go.
Annoyingly, you need to collect nearly every single bone to actually make it to the final area, and that just really increases the tedium really badly and just honestly kind of pissed me off when I was playing it, because it's never overly challenging or anything. It's more like an exercise in patience. But during these moments, I did get to appreciate things such as the work that went into animating Jake the dog. Yes, there are some frightening things that can happen when you least expect it.
Oh
my god, Jake! But watch here as I slowly move the stick further and further along, and you can see his walk transition into this little skip thing and then into a full run. Even his legs and belly become covered in dirt as you run about. The lower health he has, or the more hungry he is, because you don't actually have a health bar, he'll even start dipping his head down and tucking his tail. It's honestly some neat animation work that still looks good today. You have to endure some, let's call it, interesting voice acting.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Yee-haw! Yippee-i-oh-ki-yay! Come to daddy. I love my axe.
Oh no, my beautiful rocket. Oh, it must have been that 3-volt flux capacitor I used. I knew I should have gone with the 5-volt one. If I can get the pieces back, I can repair it. Please, help me.
And a story that basically becomes a close shave right at the end. But you do get to listen to a soundtrack that's actually really good. And I learned that it's the same composer who would go on to do the RimWorld music. And the RimWorld music is really, really chill at times. So that was a really cool thing to learn. Fuck, this music goes hard. Visually, it's a mess to look at, especially when you're playing on a 4K screen, but I'll admit that's on me. You shouldn't be trying to stretch these older games onto such a huge resolution. But the overall vibe of the game is obviously meant for a younger audience, and I think in that regard it does succeed. It was enough to have me entertained as a kid and remember it fondly. Same as another mate who played it as a kid, he remembers the game pretty fondly as well. Wanting to talk about some of these positives is what made me want to do a quick video on it. I happened to be playing it anyway just so I could stream it to my sister and friends for a laugh.
I did play for like a few hours before my game crashed.
You barely know how to be a dog. Let's be honest, alright?
Ooh.
Alright, you got the basics!
But I didn't want to record footage and just spend time picking on the obvious issues like poor textures, especially on the faces of the humans. I think it's important to always recognize the genuine effort that's put into a creation, and also take the time to acknowledge and speak about the things that are done well. And that goes for any game. Well, almost any game. Funny enough, when I was looking at the Wikipedia for this game, I looked up the developers to see what else they've worked on, and they've done some of the Roller Coaster Tycoon games, Planet Coaster, and I was surprised to learn that they had even made Elite Dangerous. So it's really funny to look at this game, and then you look at what they would make 11 years later with Elite Dangerous, and it's really funny, but it is also really cool to see that level of progress. That's it for me. Until the next video, have a good one.